But like the game that we're playing, which is Nino Kuni. Oh, I was going to ask you if you remember the name.
I'm really glad that you did not.
Nino Kuni. That is very much a Japanese RPG, and it's a game that I've never beat, but I've started a few times. I think you may be getting further than I've ever got, honestly. And that's only because, not that I didn't like it, but, you know, life gets in the way, other games get in the way. So Nino Kuni originally was a DS game, a Nintendo DS game. I'm pointing to my video game systems on the shelf right here. I'm pointing to a Nintendo DS. It's one of those things. Not very powerful. Your cell phones are more powerful than that, you know. And then a couple years later, they reimagined it for the PlayStation 3. So it actually started as a handheld title, and they were like, yeah, this game has potential, so they put it on the PS3. And that's what we're playing it on, even though recently it came out on all the systems. It's on Switch right now. It's on other games, like a remastered version of it with slightly better graphics and upgrades and stuff.
Is it the same game that was on the DS, or did they change it a bit? So
it is the same story, but they made it like more expansive, made the graphics better and the battle system more robust. Gotcha. And everything. It was only available in Japan on the DS, so nobody's ever really played it over here unless you found it illegally or you imported it or whatever. So I don't know a lot about it. I honestly didn't know that until recently. I thought that the PlayStation 3 was the first version, but yeah, it wasn't. But so if you follow me on Twitter, you've known that I've kind of redone the whole game room thing. I got, TVs and all the video game systems hooked up. The PlayStation 3's hooked up, and Steph was in the game room, and I handed her the PS3 controller and Nino Kuni, and she just started playing. So I want to hear about your experience playing the game. Did you even know what I was handing you?
No.
You were just like, all right, let's give this a thing.
I'm getting used to that feeling. I'm getting used to you just handing me things and say, go ahead. Because whether I fail or not, like, you're always there to assist me in it. So, yeah.
So it starts, and it's this cartoon-looking thing. Like, what were you expecting?
I'm not exactly sure what I was expecting. I don't think I had a lot of expectations in the beginning because I didn't fully understand what it was going to be anyway. I never really know. So I just started playing it, and it was a lot of story at first.
A lot of story.
And
it's not all voice acted. A lot of text.
No.
There is some good voice. I mean, there's voice acting, like as if it's because it looks like a cartoon. It looks like an old Japanese animated cartoon.
It does. It looks like a comic book.
Right.
Voiced by Hugh Grant. Like, one of the main characters looks like a giant nose, but has the voice of Hugh Grant.
I see. I haven't noticed that.
Oh, gosh. That's all I hear. I just, expect Sandra Bullock to show up.
And it's going to be a rom-com all of a sudden?
Yes, that's what it feels like. For real. So I had to get past that. I had to start seeing him as, a nose character and not Hugh Grant.
Yeah.
He looks like a giant nose with a lantern.
That's what he is. What's his name?
Drippy?
Drippy, yeah, like a drippy nose.
That's disgusting.
It's a Japanese role-playing game.
That is so weird.
You can't make sense of it.
That is so weird.
And
Can I talk about the king?
The king? Not yet. We'll get there. Because right now we're still in the opening, right?
All right.
And what's going on in the whole opening? It's like you're just getting to learn this boy Oliver's life, and there's a little bratty kid who's obviously a bad influence,
Yeah, what's up with that?
I think that's just in every, like... Leave it to the Beavers or whatever. What was that show back? The Cleavers. Remember Eddie Haskell? Hold on, we're losing people right now.
I don't know.
The Beavers was an early. Yeah. Okay, the kid from Polar Express, the little bratty one who's the know-it-all kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's getting you into something in this game, right?
Yeah, he's being a bad influence. They build this car.
A
boxcar thing. They go to take it out for a drive in the middle of the night when everybody's supposed to be asleep. And then it ends up going into the river. Mom gets some otherworldly warning that wakes her up in the middle of the night.
Yeah, she wakes up and she hears her son, Oliver. Well, first of all, she realizes Oliver. No, she wakes up, hears Oliver, realizes he's a little liar, right?
And also in danger.
Yeah. So
she goes looking for him, and just suddenly, in the whole town, she knows exactly where he is.
Yeah.
And then she goes to save him. She does. Everything's better. Yay! And then, like, out of nowhere, she just dies.
Yeah. But do you know why she died? Like, because they were saying, like, in the background, you could hear the townsfolk talking. And one of them said, "Oh, she never did have a good heart," or something like that. So, like, that's, like, the only reference as to, like, why she died.
Yeah.
But that right there makes you think, like, she probably is not supposed to exert herself very much.
This woman has comorbidities. And
Comorbidities.
a pre-existing condition.
Yes, absolutely.
That her son knew nothing about. And now he's all alone in the world.
Yeah, so she's dead.
His only friend is Mr. Drippy the Nose.
He appears out of nowhere, right, Mr. Drippy. And then you guys go into, like, a magical world, which makes you think we're still kind of pretty early in the game, right?
I hope so.
My curiosity.
I still don't know what's going on.
Well, we're going into. Okay, so I looked it up. Do you know what Nino Kuni means?
No.
Nino Kuni means second country, or it could be colloquially, like, referred to as second world or another world. That literally means a different place, another world. So this kid has his mom, and that's it. And then she dies, and he's pretty heartbroken about it. Now, is this world real, or is this, like, his way of coping? So I'm kind of curious about that, like, moving forward. Is this like real magical
think he's
stuff?
like in an insane asylum?
Who knows? I don't know.
Is that a Japanese thing to do?
I don't know.
All right.
I'm not like a. I'm not.
That would actually be interesting.
See, and maybe we don't know, but, like, his mom recently, like, we were just playing and she appeared to him, like, in a vision, and she's like, "Yeah, I keep going."
Yeah, but they keep alluding to the fact that she's part of this other world that he's going into.
Well, she woke up out of nowhere, hearing his voice when he was in danger. So maybe she has some kind of powers. Anyways, story aside, you get into the game and then you can actually play the game after many minutes and hours, probably,
It
of you
was
having
a
to
long
press.
time.
Yeah, you were almost quit.
I was trying to quit. I just didn't want to lose the progress. So I was looking for a save point. I was trying to quit. I was like, good gracious. Like, when do I get to play a game instead of read? And I even made the comment to you of, like, this is what turns me off about certain books. Because I do like to read. I do like entering fictional.
I can game with you.